What's good, y'all? It's your boy Danza. Just one of the many faces of the machine known as the Danza Project. Please do me a favor if you rock with us. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and turn those notifications on. We appreciate you. Salute. All right, so I'm out here in Houston, Texas. First thing for me coming out here, I think about the check-in with this man right here. You know, Jay Prince, Notorious, we're in a beautiful gym, Jay Prince's gym. I'm here with a man that really needs no introduction. You seem to be becoming the supervillain of boxing, Shakur Stevenson. How you feeling today?
I feel good. I ain't purposely become a super villain, but you know, guess it was my calling.
I mean, we wouldn't expect any one of these guys to become a super villain, Steph Curry or LeBron James or Tom Brady. You know, it's not like you guys are aiming to become villains, but when you are that great and you are exceptional at what you do, it's going to come.
Yeah, I think that comes with it. Them guys you just named, I love to even be in a conversation with them guys. So I look up to all of them guys, and everything that comes with it. But truthfully, it's my time, and I think this is the year where I'm gonna make them hate me even more.
Now I saw that tweet you just put out.
Yeah,
that was just last night. I'm like, this is good timing right here. You know what I mean? It seemed like a little bit of an apology to Turkey.
Yeah.
But more so what I read off of it is something's coming up. The fight's coming up.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to speak on that just yet? Could we get like the breaking news on the Danza Project?
Oh yeah. We could talk about it. The fight is happening. Me versus William Zepeda. This is a guy who I feel as though been running from me for at least 2 to 3 years now. So it's good to finally get him in the ring and corner him in to where he ain't got no choice but to fight me. So it's gonna be a great fight.
And Turkey is the man that made this happen?
Yeah. You know, I think I was a big part of it, being that I gotta go through a lot of barriers, but Turkey made it happen, I made it happen, and William Zepeda and Oscar De La Hoya made it happen. So.
When you say there's a lot of things that you got to go through to make it happen, they got to get that bag right for you, I'm guessing, right?
You know, it's just a fight. It's a fight. In and outside the ring. So, in the business, it's a fight. And like I said, I'm just glad that we got it done. And now it's time to handle business inside the ring.
Now, let me ask you this. A lot of people, every time one of the top guys make an announcement of a fight and it's not who they want it to be, they tend to criticize these fighters. Do you think that the fans are going to have anything bad to say about this fight or selecting this opponent, or do you think they're going to be excited for this fight?
I mean, I kind of, like I said, I'm a student of the game, so I kind of studied the greats that was before me. I seen what happened with Andre Ward. I seen what happened with Terrance Crawford. I seen what happened with Floyd Mayweather. When I watched these guys' career, every time they fought, it was always an excuse to why they wasn't that great. Now with me, I think that after I go smoke William Zepeda, because we're going to put belt to ass. After I put belt to ass, they going to make up a new excuse. Oh, well, it ain't Tank. And then after I whoop Tank, it's going to be, oh, well, he did that because it was this. It's always going to be an excuse to why we so great. But I think all of this comes with the territory. I'm happy that all of this is happening. And when it's all said and done, that's when they going to realize how great I was.
Yeah. I think that it's inevitable with somebody that talks like you talk, you know, after I put belt to ass, the Tank. You know what I mean? So when you say that, that's where Look, there's dick riders all over.
Yeah.
It seems as if you say anything negative about their favorite fighter, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I recently announced my top 3.
Yeah.
In the lightweight division, I chose, obviously, I got you at number 1. I got Keyshawn Davis at number 2. Lamont Roach at number 3. Heavily criticized due to, he just took one fight over there. He took a fight against the best, and I believe he took home a victory that was taken away by the judges, my opinion. So I would have to put him up there because that's the guy that they say that nobody could beat, nobody could whoop him. What is your thoughts on me choosing that as my top 3? And if there is a dispute, where are you replacing it?
My only thing about that is, because I think Lamar is a hell of a fighter, but it's the top 3 at lightweight. And being that he only fought one fight at lightweight, I can't just throw him in my top 3 personally, but it's your top 3. So at the end of the day, that's your personal opinion. But I think it's a good list. I don't take nothing away from Lamar. He did go fight the guy that they thought was invincible, that nobody could beat, and he showed who he was, and none but respect to Lamar. I'm actually good friends with Lamont Roach, so that's my guy, and hopefully we can make a fight happen one day too.
So who you replacing then? Taking Lamont out, you putting Tank in?
Yeah, I'll take Lamont out and put Tank in. Although I do also agree with you. I felt like Lamont won that fight, but I just can't throw him in top 3 at lightweight just based off the fact that he only had one fight at
Absolutely,
lightweight.
I understand.
Yeah.
Let me get into this more, this beautiful thing, this 0
Yeah.
that's there. You're one of the few left with that 0 on that record. How does it feel now after that fight happens? There's a 1 in there. You still got that 0, that Mr. Clean record. How does it feel?
I mean, that's the best feeling, just because I know I outlasted all of these guys. When we came in the game, we all started with 0s, and you put an L on a lot of their records now, and if they don't got an L on there, they got a draw or got this, and now the new school is the people with the 0s, the guys that's coming up, like Key, my brother.
Yeah.
He got the 0, and the Abdullah Masons, he got the 0. So I'm just glad to be a part of that first generation to where I had my 0 with the Devins, the Tanks, the T.O.s, and now I'm transitioning over to the next generation with the other guys, and I'm still here. So it shows longevity. I think the longevity of my career is going to be amazing.
You're also a student of not only the game. I saw you on the side reading books.
Yeah.
It seems like you're really heavy into learning, becoming better every single day in all aspects of life.
Facts.
Who do you credit for that, becoming that type of a man?
It's crazy. A lot of people talk bad about Jay Prince. But it's like, I see the internet kind of talk nowadays. But like the people who really know him, that's a thorough, real, good-hearted individual. And I credit him to like wanting to learn more and expand my knowledge on a daily basis. So I got to give him credit for that because I look at him like a mentor to me. I want to be where he's at mentally.
Yeah.
So
I believe less successful people look at a Jay Prince on social media and heavily criticize him. I think that's for them.
Yeah.
Like when you're successful and you look at somebody that was able to attain the attention of the masses, able to attain all the things that he has throughout his career, you can do nothing but respect, no matter what the opinions are about him. I think Jay Prince is somebody that we're going to remember for a long time.
Yeah, I definitely look up to him. I think that, once again, without him, my mental wouldn't be as strong as it is today. I think that he kind of mentally got me better. So I appreciate him, man. I'm glad that we business partners, and I'm glad that he's a part of my career.
Now, fellow Texan, Charleston White, I was out at Aiden Ross's crib.
Yeah.
He had a boxing event. Dana White pulled up. I actually ran into Tiafimo and Senior. The Island Boys had a interesting fight where he got his ass whooped. He walks out the ring and he starts crying because he got his ass whooped. They had to stop the fight. He was crying about getting punched in the back of the head. Now, that brings me to, a lot of people in the comments, they're happy that he got into the ring. Good for him. He actually got into the ring. It's not easy to get into the ring, which, whatever people's opinions want to be, I don't think he should have walked in, but he did because he thought he had it, but it didn't look good. So it's not like he went in and did his thing. But being emotional after a loss,
yeah,
it's normal. You've done it. Olympics, you had an emotional moment but after a fight.
Mine's different.
Yeah.
Let me make sure, I didn't lose because I got my ass whooped, and I really didn't get my ass whooped. I really lost a fight that was like this.
Yeah.
It could have went either way. If it went my way, nobody would have never been mad, but I cried because it was my passion. It was my dream. My dream was to become the next Olympic gold medalist. And I put everything into that dream. From fucking 5 years old, you train to be the fucking Olympic gold medalist, and then you finally get to that one moment in your career, and the day happens. You get to the finals, everything goes smoothly, and you get in a fight, and you fell. And that's what happened with me. I fell at the highest level of my passion. And truthfully, I'm glad that I did that. I'm glad that all of that happened. I'm glad that I got to see it. And it lets me know, I really cared about that shit, so.
Yeah, and here you are today. Do you feel like having that type of a loss is the reason why you're still undisputed today?
Facts. That is definitely the reason why I am who I am today. And truthfully, I go back and look at other fighters in the Olympics, right? Because people try to pull up mine, right? They ain't never pull up Floyd's. One of the greatest of all time. He cried right after the Olympics and then went on to be, have the best boxing career of damn near all time. So then I see guys that go in there and they lose and they just happy to be here. And I was never no happy to be here as nigga. I was always the guy that competed to win. So I think to answer your question, I think that shit made me into who I am. I think if I would have won an Olympic gold medal, I probably would have an L in my career right now.
I think that boxing for someone like yourself and the elites is your true first love.
Facts.
When you have a loss, it's worse than losing the girl that you fell in love with first. That's actually the real heartbreak there. So when I look at fighters and I see fighters, athletes, any type of a competitor, when I see them take a loss, you kind of want to see that in a sense because you're like, yo, man, this is why we love this fighter. This is why we love this basketball player. You see Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, even after winning, how much it means to them. So that passion for us is everything as fans to be able to see that. Obviously, the Island Boys is completely different. That's what I was saying because when he cried, it's just a hilarious moment. Yeah. But that's not his thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just basically I'm trying to get into that emotional moments after losses and how important it is and why you still fight, like you just answered, the way you fight. Because you don't ever want to feel that again. Yeah,
I hate that shit. That was like the worst feeling. Truthfully, no cap. I'm gonna explain the feeling. Cause people talk, he crying. That day was like a family member died. Like you went to a funeral or some shit, and your closest member of your family died that day. Yeah. That's how that shit felt. Like that entire fucking day, I couldn't believe what the fuck just happened.
And it's got to be tough for the people around you, too, because what do they say? Because it's like you don't want to hear shit. You don't want to hear Don't worry, you'll get them next time, or it's just a slip in the road, a crack in the road. You don't want to hear anything. It's just like, yo, let me be.
A lot of people were celebrating though. They celebrating the fact that I won an Olympic gold medal. I mean, Olympic silver medal.
Yeah.
But I didn't win it. I lost.
Yeah.
Because I didn't win a gold medal. So to me, I just don't never look at second as first.
Now, you are a fighter that has mastered the art of hitting
and not getting
hit. Who do you feel deserves the credit for you becoming that type of a fighter?
My grandfather. I think from day one, when I first started, when I was 5 years old, he always told me, like, the best fighters are the ones that hit and not get hit. The people who go in the ring, and if I can hit you and you can't hit me, you're better than that guy. You're 9 times out of 10 going to win that fight because I hit you and you didn't hit me. It's clear as day, you won. So he installed that in me since 5 years old. And I got to give him that credit. That without that, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I probably wouldn't even have my fucking faculties and shit. Like, I wouldn't be able to talk to people the way that I'm able to talk to people. When my career is over, I want to be able to talk to my daughter. I want to be able to kick it with my mother and really have a full, articulate conversation of, I be seeing a lot of these boxers who went through their career and got hit a lot. And they not speaking a certain way. They're not speaking properly. They mumbling and you can't really understand what they saying. So for me, I appreciate my grandfather for installing and me digesting the fact that hitting, don't be hit is the way of life for me.
And you learning that young is important, and it is true. Even sitting down, having conversations with a lot of these boxers, it's like, what do you?
Yeah.
He said what? You know what I mean? Like, you can't do nothing but get stuck when they start mentioning things. And also, we're seeing a lot of people battle with a lot of mental health issues, abuse issues, drug abuse issues, and it seems like that's where they run, just constantly getting popped in the head. It's not, we see it with football players, and it's talked about a lot, and football has come in, and let's protect as much as we can. You guys don't get that option.
Yeah.
You're going in there, and you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
Now, with that style of fighting, just like Floyd Mayweather, there's a boatload of criticism, and we've heard it all.
For sure.
There's a big feud going on right now between Jim Jones and Cam'ron. And there's a video that was once out there, still out there on the internet, of Cam'ron having a fight in a park where he ran and didn't throw his hands, which so happens to be the criticism that he has made about you. He said that while you're in the ring, you're somebody that's afraid to get hit, and you're constantly running. When people are making these, and shout out to you, Cam, that's for you trying to diss Buffalo. But when you hear these criticisms by men like this that are polarizing in the industry, how does that make you feel?
It made me look at a lot of people like they weird and they lame. If you can't get in there and like do what I can do, or you can criticize. I'm cool with being like criticized, but to be clowned is like where I kind of draw the line. You can't clown me if you can't drop your nuts and go in there and box. And truthfully, the issue that I had with the Cam'ron situation, I'm not even mad at that shit no more. That shit in the past, I ain't tripping off that shit. But the issue was, when I responded to him, it was more so like, yo, get in the ring. I want to see you get in the ring. I want to see if you could box the way you talking about me. And he responded back with, oh, such and such, such. I slapped the shit out of you. And it was like, damn, dog, I ain't even really attack you in that type of way to like, how the world kind of made it seem. I just told you, nigga, I want to see you fight. I want to see you go in the ring and box. And he just kind of went off, but truthfully, I ain't tripping off that shit. But it do kind of make me look at people like they weird as hell. Like, I can't go fucking to a basketball game with LeBron and he go up and he flop the dunk, and I'm like, oh, you fucking suck, you booty ass.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that just because, nigga, I can't go up there and dunk that shit the way LeBron dunked that shit. So, that's how I just feel. Like, I just move in a different type of manner. But shout out to them dudes. You know, they even when they did that shit, that's free publicity.
Yeah, absolutely.
They still put me out there and put my name out there. So shout out to Cam'ron and Mase. I don't got nothing bad to say about them.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of their show, but if you're gonna talk about Buffalo, you know, I gotta throw in a couple punches in there. You know, now we got to get to it. That man, Tank Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis, seems to be holding on to a feud from a while back against you. What is the issue that he had with you in the past?
Yo, it's crazy. Yo, you the first person who ever really interviewed me and like asked me about. I feel like it's just a long history. Like it's a long like story. I can't really tell you like. I can tell you from start to finish, but it's so long and hard to really get into like detail about it. But I remember it's like we'd get cool and then go right back to like, all right, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. Or it just keep going that way. But from the beginning of the shit, because a lot of people think that I started this entire shit, but I really did not. I remember I had went down to the camp with him. You know, he was showing me hella love. Like, I'm like, all right, bet I fuck with you. Like, we good. So, I had fought under one of Terrance Crawford undercards. And I stopped the nigga, boom, boom, put him out. First thing I seen when I got on Twitter, it say, such such. He responding to somebody tweet about fighting me. He's like, I fought a cab driver. It was like, it just felt like more like a hating vibe. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, some of this nigga, like, why you like, I thought we cool. Okay, bet. That's what you want? Nigga, we can fight. Facts. That's from there, it was like, I bet I'm with whatever. We can fight. And truthfully, bro, it's just like, I guess it's not.
Healed from there?
It's not meant to be with me and that nigga. Like, it ain't meant for me and that nigga to be cool.
Yeah.
Cause I guess we on two different atmospheres.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that okay in boxing? Isn't it okay to be competitive with one another and not be...
Yes.
You know, do you feel like Tank Davis is sensitive?
Yes. I guarantee you that nigga sensitive as hell. Like I said, it is okay with us not being cool, but if that's the case, I think that we should be fighting. Like, it should be something happening that's gonna make a fight happen with me and him. I don't think he should be going to fight this person, then that person, then the next person, or have all of these other fights lined up, and I'm not one of them. Like,
yeah.
I'm the guy, bro. I'm the guy that the boxing world wants to see you fight. You know, when you go places, all you hear is, yo, Shakur and Tank. Shakur, Tank. Oh, hey, when I go places, all I hear, yo, is you gonna beat Tank? When he go places, I know he hears my name. So it's like, bro, let's make this shit happen, dog.
Let's say they did make this fight happen, and he tried to say, hey, look, I'm the one that's selling more of the pay-per-views. I get the A-side cut, you get the B-side cut. You gonna be okay with something like that?
Man, I done answered that 50 million times. I done say, yes, you are the big superstar. You are that, bro. Respect to you for that, bro. I'm cool with that. Come on. Let's just fight. Let's negotiate. Me and this nigga could even get on the phone and negotiate. I'll be cool with it. I'm not tripping. It's boxing.
Yeah.
Entertainment business. We gonna go in there, put on a show for the fans, and show the world who's the best. That's the whole point of this entire conversation. Me and him need to show the world who's the best. Don't have a question mark for, oh, I'm gonna go retire and it don't happen. And that's gonna be a question mark. That's gonna be left on our legacy. So to fix both our legacies, somebody has to lose. Me or you. Come on.
Yeah. He fought Roach. After the fight, we expected an announcement. Did you expect that same announcement that he would, if he became victorious after this, Were you expecting a call out? Do you feel like the draw maybe took that away, or who do you feel like?
Nah, I heard he was gonna call somebody else out. I heard it was somebody else. I heard it wasn't me.
It isn't who I'm thinking it is. Is it like outside of boxing? Are we thinking Jake Paul?
I don't know. You know, I ain't gonna put their business out there. Or,
Yeah.
Spill their beans or whatever. But I just heard it wasn't me. So
Yeah. Do you want to see the rematch?
Nah.
You want that fight?
Nah, I don't want to see the rematch.
Does it take away? Let's say he does have the rematch. Lamont Roach comes out victorious. Does it take away the Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis steam?
I mean, I think the fight will always be a big fight. With the tension, with the skills, with everything. I think it's always going to be a big fight, but it take away the satisfaction for me.
Yeah.
Like, I got this thing to where I want to be the person that beats him. I want to be the person that when we fight, my hand get raised, his don't. It takes it away. It takes it away. For me, yeah.
He's mentioned things like you're not battle tested, your chin hasn't been tested, you haven't done anything for the sport of boxing. When you hear him make these criticisms about you, how does that make you feel, and what do you think he's trying to do?
I mean, shit, he just stating his opinion. You could have his own opinion. I mean, it's real delusional. Very delusional to say that. What have I done for the sport of boxing? Like, he done more for the sport of boxing than me. He done more in the entertainment business. I'll give him that. But, like, when I say entertainment, it's like the putting asses in the seats and making the most.
Well, that's from his dancing video that he had on social media.
Being a cash cow.
You know how he had that dancing video on social media?
That wild. Yeah. Being a cash cow, he done more in that aspect. But, like, accomplishments, I'm more accomplished than what he is. I've been 3 different divisions. Won 1, 2, 3, 4, and had the Ring magazine belt. So I done way more than him. Like, if we talking about accomplishments, I don't want to hear what has I done for the sport of boxing. What have you done?
So when you hear about these or pound for pound Ring magazine fighters, you know, here's your top 10. How does that make you feel when you don't see your name on the list?
I already know this whole business is politics. So it's like, it's whoever they choose. Whoever they choose at the point in time. Oh, this, like, truthfully, right? When I got to 35, a lot of people ducked me. So I wasn't able to get the fights that I really wanted. And being that I was fighting the guys that's not really named, don't have a big name in the sport of boxing, I get punished to where it's like they try to drop me down. But all the guys that they put in right there, I'm more accomplished than them. Like, from head to toe. I won a title at 26. I won a title at 130, then unified it against Oscar Valdez and won a Ring magazine belt. I move up 2 fights in, off the rip, I become champion at 135. And another thing that these fighters, that they get the obligation to, like, all the cards is always stacked against me, and I'm cool with it. I love the story to be the guy that prevails, but I never got given a belt. They never just say, yo, Shakur, take this belt. Every time it was a situation where I'm the number 1 guy right there, I had to always fight the number 2 guy for the belt. And I love that. I would rather that than be gifted a belt anyway, to be honest. But I just think that with my story, I just know that I got to prevail against all odds.
Now, off of Tank, and we think about another top fighter, again, Keyshawn Davis. We had him at the podcast. I had a conversation with him. I was actually mentioning to him what would it take for him to go work with Turki, if he's interested in that. And I think he thought that I said, what would it take for him to fight you? And he said that $100 million, he's going to call you up. He'd be like, $100 million? But you had a different number in mind.
If he called me up about the 100 mil, you know, we going to talk about it. That's my brother, though. That's like my real brother.
Do you feel like that fight changes how you feel or it could possibly impact the friendship if you were the one that were to take that?
Yes.
'Cause I'm not even going to ask you this part of him taking the win away from you because I'm already knowing how you operate.
Yeah, so. I don't feel like nobody could beat me at all. Truthfully, like I know for a fact, nobody in the world could beat me, and I stand on that. But what I will say, like, that's my brother, so, and we both fucking like competitive as hell, so there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. And in that aspect is like, that could fuck up a real friendship.
Yeah.
That's bigger than fucking boxing. This shit is just a sport at the end of the day. It's not something that when we done with this, I want to be able to go kick it with my brother.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to go chill with that nigga, play 2K, go play basketball. Like, niggas is way too competitive to really be in the ring. Like, what I'm saying, then you got to realize, too, our families, like, I'm real close with his brothers, his mother. Like, nigga, how I look going in the ring to try to kill this nigga.
Yeah.
His moms and brothers and all of them right here. He doing the same, and my mom's, my brother. And it's like, it's just like too much. Like, you don't want to just
would that be hard to focus on? Like, would you be able to stay clear fighting somebody like that?
I can't look across the ring and see my brother. Yeah. Like, that shit won't feel right. Like, that shit just, when I'm looking across the ring, I know what I'm thinking. I can't think that way about my brother.
And in all honesty, that's something I respect fully. Like, there's got to be a lot of relationships like that have been ruined because you got to go in there and you got to have that mentality. No, I got to kill you.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have that, like, you can't walk in there and think, yo, I'm going to take it easy on him, or I don't want to do too much, or I don't want to make him look bad. None of that.
People think that we the first persons that ever did this shit. But, you know, I really be knowing my history, and Pernell Whitaker and Mildred Taylor was both Olympic gold medalists in and around the same weight class. Fought some of the same guys throughout their career. They never fought each other. So it has been done before. It's just people don't know the history to really go back and, you know, do the checking. Everybody like, oh, these bitch ass niggas, this. Nah, niggas really stand on certain principles.
Facts,
and integrity.
With the basketball games, though, is it the same type of competitiveness when you guys are out there?
Yes. I mean, shit, I don't like losing at nothing, so whatever we do, I'm going to try to beat him, and it's that way, but it could be like that when it ain't fucking your life on the line in the boxing ring. Like, niggas really kill niggas in the boxing ring, so we ain't on that.
When it comes to another fighter by the name of Frank Martin, I believe there's some issues there. Do you ever see yourself fighting him or anything going on with that?
I just think that nigga just did some whole shit. Like, I think, like, see, this is the thing, like, people try to, like, use certain situations on me and try to make it look like I'm the bad guy. Because I'm just the bad guy. I really, like, think that I'm the black sheep of boxing. That's who I am. But with this Frank Martin situation, I think he did some whole shit just because of the fact that when I got into my little dispute or issues with Devin, you'll see an interview of Frank Martin going out there like, oh, he should do this and do that. So now it was like, I bet I'm going to offer you a fight. Let's see what you do with this that's being offered. And I offered him a good fight, more money than he was ever going to make in his entire career at the time. Oh, no, he signs up, pulls back out. Then we got niggas behind the scenes trying to really, like, reach out to him and reach out to his team to really make the fight happen. But I just feel like that whole situation was just some, like, goofy shit. Like, you want some goofy shit. You want to interfere on another man's situation, go talk on another man's situation. Then niggas put you in that same position and you fold up. That was some goofy shit, though.
I feel like with any elite boxer that it's tough. You're a tough opponent to go against.
Fact.
Not a lot of people. Like, you want somebody that you know.
You got a chance of winning.
Yeah. You know, I feel you. But you got exceptional defense. So that pisses people off inside of a ring. You know, it's a lot different than fighting somebody that's sitting there the whole time and you're trading shots with, but somebody that's making you miss, We saw that with Floyd Mayweather. He's pissing off his opponents. So the people on the outside are doing anything to try to get under your skin to, I believe, would be to kind of switch up your style. Like, do something that you're not accustomed to. Let's see if we could soften them up, get them to come fight me this way, and then maybe they could take advantage of that and exploit that. I think that's what they would prefer. But with somebody with exceptional defense, they got to do whatever they can to try to get into your head or to try to piss you off to change those fights.
I feel as though, like, I think that people don't really watch boxing. Like, people not really, like, fans. They just tune in whenever it's a big fight.
Yeah.
So they going to put their input in on, oh, your style is this, your style is that. But it's a very underrated part of my style that I don't get credit for, and that's sitting in the pocket. He runs. I'm one of the best in the pocket, right there in front of a guy, fighters in the sport of boxing. But the thing that I'm doing in the pocket is making guys miss. So when I'm making these guys miss, it's like, oh, y'all mad that somebody can't hit me? The fuck?
But it is, though. That's what they were mad at Floyd Mayweather.
That's the real argument.
What's this guy's name? It was Arturo Gatti.
Yeah, Arturo Gatti.
I used to love watching his fights.
Yeah.
Gotti Ward, brawler. Crazy fan of him. He fought Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather pieced him up so good. This is me being a fan of Gotti.
Yeah.
Mayweather pieced him up so bad.
I know, I see.
He says, the post-fight presser, he's like, I can't see. He's hitting me from this way. It seems like he was throwing punches from everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it like, damn, this dude's sitting in the middle of the ring with the microphone on him, just admitting that this man is that much more nice. But the same thing, Mayweather's in the pocket with you. You just can't hit him.
Yes.
So this is the most frustrating part about boxing, is to be able to be right there with somebody and you just keep missing. Yeah. You know what a street fight is that way. You swing on somebody, you miss, everybody's like, oh. You do that 2 or 3 times and then you get punched in the mouth. Yeah. It changes things.
Yeah. I just feel like it shouldn't. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I think that a lot of people need to really, like, watch the sport of boxing. And if you're going to be a fan of the sport, really, like, be a fan. Don't be a fan only when the big fights is happening. Oh, I'm only going to tune in because this is a big fight. Like, if you go really study the greats. Go watch fucking Pernell Whitaker. If y'all talking about me, the way that, like, imagine if Pernell Whitaker was in our era. He would not be sweet pea. People would be bashing his name and talking so bad about him, and that wouldn't be right with the talent and the skills that he displayed. So, truthfully, I just feel like our generation got to step up and start really, like, doing their homework.
But don't you believe that when it's all said and done, they will be able to respect it?
For sure. Because what they really respect is...
Yeah.
That's what they like. But I disagree with that logic too. Like, I'm just like a different type of person to where I understand, like, boxing is a sport. So guys gonna go in there and they gonna lose. And I know I was just popping a lot of shit about being undefeated earlier, so they gonna come back and try to talk about that. But I'm like being for real on this. Boxing, one guy has to lose. And when you go against the best, and you are the best too, but somebody was just a little bit better, you gonna lose. So it comes with the sport. All the greats have losses. Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns. They was in the era where everybody fought everybody, so everybody had losses. So truthfully, I don't think boxing should be a way where guys just hang on to this fucking undefeated logic that has to fucking keep going, and everybody only likes the undefeated fighters.
I feel like there's a little bit of politics in sports that when you get a champion that fights a contender and they don't whoop them, the judges kind of seem to be taking away from, oh, well, you didn't beat him by that much, so we're going to give him the 10.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit, because these niggas out here that's contenders, they work hard. They work super hard. They waiting on opportunity. There's a lot of guys. That's why you see a lot of upsets in boxing. It's a lot of guys that be in the gym every single day. And then 9 times out of 10, they don't understand the champion. The guys that's the champions, they get to the top and they get comfortable. So they not going to the gym every single day. They go to the gym when the fight is announced. The guys that's contenders, they in the gym year round waiting for the opportunity. And then when they become champion, they start acting like a champion and going to the gym whenever the fight is announced. So I just think that we got to put some respect on the contenders because they be the more hungrier fighters 9 times out of 10.
How the hands feel?
Better. I got a little trick that I just found that's going to help my hands out a lot.
You were talking about on a Cigar Talk podcast that you were going to reach out to some people.
Yeah.
And so clearly you reached out to somebody and somebody gave you one of the tricks of the trade?
Yeah. I just can't tell.
Yeah.
No, chef can't say his recipe. So.
Are you focused on that at all? Does it bother you? You know, talking about getting the knockouts in the ring. Do you want to just go body somebody real quick to shut them up? Or, you know, are you always going to make sure you protect those hands dealing with that injury? Is it in your head?
Nah. I can't. I don't hold on to stuff. So I can't have that stuff in my brain while I'm in the ring. So, like I said, I just feel like God with me every step of the way. So when I'm in the ring, when I fight my next fight, God gonna be with me in the ring. He gonna be with me every day. So these hands, I just gotta play my part and make sure I do my part to make sure it gets better. And I think everything gonna take care of itself. I
was talking to my guy, Byron. He's actually opening up some businesses out here, the Hoagie Stop. Shout out to Byron. I was speaking to him about the word humble and what the word humble truly means, right? And it's to have a lower self, like a lower sense of pride. So you're not really prideful. When you're up against a competitor, it's kind of saying like, oh, you know, I might be less than, or I'm not that great to try to say that. So I don't believe you are one of those men that are humble. I believe
I'm humble, but I'm not in that definition of humble. I'm in my own way of humble. Like I'm the type of guy that's like, I'm really like a real family man. So my daily life, I'm not the guy that just went and got money and just like overly doing it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not out here just buying fucking Lamborghinis and doing all the shit that I can to waste my money. I'm the type of humble type person that's like, I'm in the gym every day with my little cousin, with my little brother. Just, I don't know. It's hard to even explain, but I'm very humble though. Yeah. In my own way. I don't know.
Yeah. I know. I like tricking people. I like tripping people up with that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're out here in Houston, Texas. A lot of things go on. Jay Prince is a very polarizing figure out here. You were present, if I'm not mistaken, at the shooting that ended up taking Takeoff away from us. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was there.
What was it like being there, and how has that impacted your life and your view of things going forward?
It just let me know that stay in the gym. Be in the gym, brother. Like that's where you need to be at. But truthfully, like with that situation, people don't even know. Like Quavo is like my man's. Like I was real close with Quavo, and I had did like a video with Quavo and Takeoff probably like a couple of weeks before that. And I had just met Takeoff, and he was like super quiet, but like a really cool dude. And ain't nothing but love and respect to them dudes. Yeah. I wish Quavo the best, and everything that he got going. I was sorry for his loss, and it just was a tragic situation.
Yeah. Beautiful place out here, like beautiful homes out here. I'm not gonna lie. As I've been traveling around, I've been kind of thinking of like I might want to move here. Is Houston like a dangerous place? Is it more important to stay in the outskirts? Do you feel like it's a safe city?
Nah, it's dangerous. It depends on how you move though too. Like, I'm somebody, I try not to get involved with the wrong things. Cause like if you go put yourself in a wrong environment with like bad people or something like that, they gonna bring you down. So I kind of like keep myself with like motivated, hungry, and good people that, you know, want to live for something. I don't want to go mess with the people that don't want to live for nothing. So it's definitely dangerous, but it always depends on how you move. No matter wherever you at, every place in the world is dangerous. You never know when you may run into somebody who's just going through so much and want to do something to somebody. So I try to make sure that I'm in the right places.
One of the rappers that have a great relationship with Jay Prince that recently moved out to Houston is Drake. Do you have any relationship with him? Have you guys ever linked up?
Nah, Drake, that's my guy. That's like ever since I met Drake, Drake showed me love. So nothing but love to that guy. Whenever I DM him, he gonna respond in 2 seconds. And actually, he showed up to my birthday party, like last year or the year before last, and showed up, and it was definitely amazing. Like I had a crazy, nice little birthday dinner.
Yeah.
He pulled up and showed a lot of love.
That's dope. That's somebody that he's taking over the radio right now with that Nokia hit.
Yeah.
That I know there's somebody that
Who
track.
really
'Cause he's got some tracks
fire.
out there. You have obviously a phenomenal relationship. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I know a lot of people look at social media and they're like, oh, the relationship is so perfect. But you seem to have a perfect partner in a relationship. You seem to be very happy in your relationship. How does that contribute to your success in the ring, having somebody by your side that way?
I think that contributes a lot. Honestly, I think that my woman is like perfect for me. Like, she know how to like play her part when it comes to like it's time for fight time and the type of mother that she is, like the way she take care of my child, and I'm extremely blessed like with her, and I'm glad that I have the right girl who know how like, okay, big fight. She gonna do everything to support me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Now, outside, back into the ring. What is your thoughts now, and how have your thoughts changed about Turkey? I know, like, obviously there's emotions that go on, but, you know, this is part of boxing. There is a lot of business talk, a lot of negotiations, a lot of money on the line. How do you feel about him now? How's your relationship with him?
I think it's a business at the end of the day. You know, he came in and he did a tremendous thing for me with putting me on that card, and then now he helped me get the Zepeda fight. So you gotta appreciate everything that he done. But it's also a business too. So I just, you know, stay focused on what I'm supposed to stay focused on. But I appreciate like everything he do for me. Even though, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, people gonna fight.
Yeah.
Like, people going. When I went to tweaking, right? That's like any relationship in life. Like, when you have a relationship with somebody that you cool with, y'all gonna have issues. But if you a good person and they a good person, y'all gonna be able to get past y'all issues and move on.
Yeah,
so,
it's normal. Again,
yeah,
it really is
situation.
normal, especially when there's so much money involved. Reputation is on the line.
Yeah.
Like sometimes what you're doing is really like the art of war approach. You gotta bark at somebody for them to move
it's
the way
like
you want them to move.
You got two guys who stand on certain principles, and sometimes things can get messy in between that. But we both standing on principle. And in this situation, it was like one of those situations where, you know, two guys standing on principle.
Bill Haney once stated that he settled a beef between yourself and Devin. Is the relation, is everything cool there, or what exactly happened that he settled?
I don't know. I have no clue. He said he settled?
Yeah, he said there was a past dispute that he helped settle.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. But the relationship, I don't know. I can't tell you. I have no clue. Here's what I look at it like. When Devin got in that fight and that bad shit happened to him with Ryan, I kind of was the guy that really like out of all them guys that was just shitting on him, I kind of really stepped up, and I ain't shit on him because I knew, like, I'm just real. Like, I'm gonna be real about certain situations. I ain't gonna just get up there capping just because the internet or everybody against you. I got my own opinion. So, do I think that if the shoe was on the other foot, like if that happened to me and somebody cheated or however it went, do I think that Devin would have done the same thing? It's a question mark right there still. So, as far as our relationship, I don't know. If we not fighting though, like it ain't even nothing to really even like. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, truthfully, like I said, I just got a question mark with that. Like I don't know if he would have done the same thing, but if not, it's cool. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna be who I am. So I'm not gonna switch who I am for nobody, and that's just like who I am.
There's a super fight. Well, I mean, 3 mega fights pretty much out. We got Tio fighting in New York City, May 2nd. You got Rolly and Ryan, and then you got Haney and Garcia, right? Who do you see coming out victorious that night, and would you like to inevitably see a rematch between Dev and Ryan?
Yeah, I'd like to see a rematch just because he gotta go get that back. Like you got to at that point. But who do I see victorious? I like bitch ass T.O. because he's a bitch. He's a bitch. Ryan and Devin. And I think, you know what's crazy? I think Ryan is better than what a lot of people give him credit for. Like all the people who really like talk about Ryan like he's not like a good fighter, but people don't realize Ryan been boxing since he was fucking a kid too. So
yeah,
he been doing this for so long. So it's like I think he's a great fighter too, and he's an underrated fighter for me. Yeah.
He I think a lot of it got taken away because of him fighting that fight and trying to fight Tank at that weight. I think a lot of people just criticize him heavily just for that one night.
Yeah, but that was a bad decision. That was a business move, went wrong. I want to say the people like De La Hoya, I want to say, told him not to do that. But he went with his move, or whoever got him to go with that move. They just made a bad move. And signing that contract at that weight class made him look terrible in that fight.
Now, a couple questions I got left. Number one is we got Terrance Crawford and Canelo Álvarez. That super fight's supposed to be hopefully happening. Who do you have winning that fight?
Come on. I think Bud is like, bro, he a GOAT, bro. Like, I've been around this dude for years and years. Like, dude is just a GOAT. And Canelo a GOAT to me, too. Canelo used to be one of my favorite fighters. People don't really even know that. But he used to be one of my favorite fighters, but I just think Bud has what it takes to beat him.
Bud recently made that statement on a podcast saying that he doesn't believe that Errol Spence is a Hall of Famer. You think he's wilding out?
Man, he was bugging. He was bugging. Oh, you know, like some people sometimes say certain things, but I think in that situation, bro, Errol had 3 belts before fighting Bud. One more fight, he would have been undisputed. Anybody that's able to go get 3 belts one by one, I think should be a Hall of Famer. You go get 3 belts one by one. You didn't go get him after somebody unified them. You got them belts one by one. I'm going to fight this guy, then I'm going to fight this guy, then I'm going to fight this guy. That's a Hall of Fame run to me.
Yeah. Now, lastly, I got 7 names that I'm a name to you, and what I want to do here, this is a little game. I just want you to give me one word when I mention these 7 names, all right? So the first name I have is Tank Davis.
Short.
Lamont Roach.
Tough.
Keyshawn Davis.
Crazy.
Ryan Garcia.
Good.
Bud Crawford.
Great.
Canelo Álvarez.
Great.
I'm gonna throw one more in there. Teofimo Lopez.
The biggest bitch on the fucking planet. It don't get no bitchier than that bitch.
He came out with a couple more words for that one. He came out with a few. Listen, I appreciate you greatly for inviting me out here to, to your beautiful city. Well, not your city because I know you're from Newark, but this is home for you now.
Yeah, my second home.
And I can't wait to drop this interview.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited to see what you do up against Zepeda, and I'm hoping and praying that you get that opportunity against Tank. I really do, because I think we all. So what round does that fight end in?
I mean, I don't know. I try not to go for no knockouts, but I got a lot of shit that I'm ready to show.
Yeah.
I got a lot of shit that I'm ready to show, so.
Is this the last fight on that deal?
I mean, I try not to get too much into contracts, but after this, I'll be free to do whatever I want.
Yeah. Could we ever see you working with Mayweather?
I would love to work with Mayweather. I think that Floyd is one of my GOATs, and I'm real cool with him, so I would love to work with Mayweather. It just depends if it all makes sense.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I appreciate you greatly, my brother. Danza Project, Shakur Stevenson. Let's get it.